And then after that, after they eat their tutti fucking fruity, they go meet up with Ken Faree, who plays Charles, I think, or some shit, and they decide to have a gun party, and they put on party hats, and they smoke weed and drink beer and fuck hookers and do cocaine to 70s music. And then the Unholy Two, they show up, and because you know what? Charlie, much like Lando Calrissian, betrayed Han Solo and the Rebel Alliance at Cloud City and the Empire Strikes Back. He gives him up to the evil Sheriff Wydell. And then we got a torture scene, which is the other okay scene in the movie, because he's Bubba Ray Dudley, he's stapling all the photos of their victims to the Devil's Rejects. And I wish I could staple the pages of the script to everyone involved with this awful, awful fucking atrocity, disgrace of a film. And he's Scott Hall's Bill Moseley. He puts with a shocker. And then after that, you're like, yeah, we're fucking Devil's Rejects getting tortured. They're gonna get killed. Sherry Moon Zombie's gonna get shot in her face. I want to see Sherry Moon Zombie get shot in the face. Why are you dead, bitch? Lead poisoning. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen next, right? No. What happens next is seriously the most unclimactic thing ever done in a film. Anticlimactic. When you think of anticlimactic, you should think of the end of Devil's Rejects. Tiny, remember Tiny? He was in the first 2 seconds of the movie. Remember the opening scene? Well, if you were eating Skittles or taking a piss break or something, you probably missed it. Well, he shows up, and he's the guy who was kind of like Leatherface from House of 1,000 Corpses, except now he looks a lot more like Freddy. He lost his little Halloween sweater, and now he wears a bag on his head. He breaks Sheriff Wydell's neck. He breaks the neck of Sheriff Wydell. Thus, the Devils don't kill Sheriff Wydell. Wydell doesn't kill the Devils. At least in Chainsaw 2, they all blew up together in that crazy Acme dynamite bomb explosion grenade thing. But they all died together. They all killed each other. But in this movie, Tiny just breaks his neck. And then Tiny also, who couldn't hear what the shit in the first movie, Mama Firefly had to write everything down for him, Sherry Moon Zombie whispers that Otis and Cutter, Captain Spaulding, are in the house, and they're stuck together in a flaming room, much like Indiana Jones and Sean Connery in The Last Crusade, and they get him loose. They get him loose, and they decide, well, Sheriff Wydell's dead. This movie fucking ended on an awful note. Where are we gonna go from here, right? I don't care. My favorite character just got killed, right? So anyways, Bill Moseley, despite having holes in his hands, decides it's time to go for a drive and turn on the radio. It's gonna play a little Free Bird, man, you can't, okay, it's me, man. So they're listening to the radio, and you know what? You start to think, man, I feel sorry for these guys. Because, you know, even though they're corpse-fucking, raping murderers of innocent people, well, they got tortured, man. And they like booze and cocaine and 70s music and fucking hookers. And the sheriff, well, he liked God and Elvis and the rules. And you know we're supposed to feel for the Devil's Rejects, these characters, because they show, guess what? Home movies.
I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream.
Oh, did you think you were gonna make it through another fucking trek through shitberg Rob Zombie filmmaking town without some home movies shoved in your face? So we got home movies of them all smiling. I don't know who filmed the movie, but they're all smiling and happy, and you're like, damn, I sympathize with these killers. That Wydell guy who was doing justice, he's no good anymore. Except I don't feel sympathy for the killers. The whole point of this movie is you're supposed to care. You're supposed to care about the Devil's Rejects because, you know, they're just like us, except they fuck people and wear faces and they fuck dead bodies and they rape, and it's like, no, I don't feel sympathy for a bunch of murderers. They should have got killed by Sheriff Wydell. That would have been a great end of the movie. But no. So they're driving. We got the home movies playing like, these three guys, this is what you're supposed to think. These three people are the greatest people in the world. Uh-oh. There's the police, the pigs, and they've got guns. They want to take down the killers. And much like the end of Braveheart, our 300, our heroes, they get up and they point their guns at the police and they say, "This is for Dr. Satan, our boss, our dad, or something." I'm not really sure because that's just a huge plot thread that they left hanging from House of Thousand Corpses. Where did Dr. Satan go? What happened to the super soldiers? Where is Otis's southern accent? Where is something decent? I mean, they all get killed at the end, and it's a fucking waste. And of course, that ending is just like the ending of H2. This movie proves that Rob Zombie, he's not a good filmmaker, obviously, but he has the worst luck when thinking of good ideas when it comes to sequels because he has no respect for continuity, no respect for filmmaking, and no respect for his own fucking product. You know what? You know what? Why couldn't this movie been decent? Why couldn't we've had a good movie? This is upsetting me. This is making me very angry. Taking off my hat, removing my sunglasses, and I know I'm a little sweaty, but I know you like it, and the E rating's about to pop, because I'm taking off my $5,000 blazer, setting it to the side. You know, could you have just thought about what you're writing on the script? Couldn't you, Zombie, couldn't you have just, maybe done something meaningful, maybe answered the staggering questions you left at the end of House of Thousand Corpses? Couldn't you have done anything worthwhile or time with a fucking camera and a script? Was that too much for you? Was that too hard? Was it too much to ask for? Whoa.